My speech is about fried green tomatoes. Many of us hear the phrase fried green tomatoes, and we're thinking that what comes to mind is the movie Fried Green Tomatoes. Fried green tomatoes is a southern dish mainly, but many people from the north enjoy it. Fried green tomatoes is very easy to make. The first thing that you need to do is you need to find the fried green tomatoes. Finding fried green tomatoes is not always an easy task. They are seasonal, but even when during the summertime it's not easy to find fried green tomatoes unless you know somebody with a garden, or you I have been lucky enough to find vendors that make the fried green tomatoes. I mean that sell the green tomatoes. Vendors like on the roadside, like uh, roadside stands. You've seen them as you're driving along the country and you see a roadside stand that make the fried green tomatoes. Once you locate and find the fried green tomatoes, then the best thing to do after that is to go home with your fried green tomatoes and wash them thoroughly because of the pesticides that you don't want to uh, have any of that on your food. Then you can dry them thoroughly with a paper towel or cloth. Once you've fried your, once you have dried your tomatoes, the next thing that you want to do is slice them in slices about 1/2, 3/8 to 1/2 of an inch thick. Preparing the batter or the meal that you're going to roll these in, you can be a little bit creative here. You can roll them in flour, putting salt, pepper, maybe a little bit of cayenne pepper to make them a little bit hot and spicy. Or you could use the traditional batter that most people that I know have used, and that is cornmeal. Some people will even put a little bit of flour in their cornmeal so that uh, they cover a little easier and they fry a little better. You can uh, also make a batter method to where you can dip the slices of tomatoes into an egg wash. Like that helps the green tomatoes, the flour or meal stick to the green tomatoes better. You then want to prepare your skillet, and this is the important part and the trickiest part of it. You want to get it ready on medium heat. You don't want it too hot, or you don't want it too low, because you don't want it to be soggy, but you don't want it to burn and not cook the inside of the slices. I use a little cooking oil, but people that are calorie conscious or watching their cholesterol and saturated fats, you can use cooking spray. You would have to deliberately use the cooking spray, and I've even sometimes cooked them on a griddle and used cooking spray and covered them with aluminum foil to steam the inside to make sure they're done and brown the outside. This is just as good and it's healthier. Fry them till they're brown on both sides. This takes probably about 5 minutes or less. Once they're fried on both sides, you can put them on a paper towel and let the oil drain. From then, if you get them thick, you can use all sorts of uh, dipping. You could dip them in ranch dressing, but for me, I like eating them just plain uh, because they're good enough as it is. You want to let them cool for a minute because they are very, very hot and they retain the heat of the oil. Uh, you won't have to let them sit very long if you cook them on a griddle, but the oil takes a few minutes to cool down. You want to eat them though while they're pretty warm because they're not very well, they don't taste good at all cold. Also, um, you want to, they're best served with chicken, uh, fried potatoes. Like I said, this is a southern dish, so you really want to uh, eat them the way they're intended, and you'll enjoy them very much.